Apostle Joseph. Eyo Babalola started life as a steamroller driver in colonial Nigeria, not as a preacher. He was quiet, hardworking, and known among his co-workers for carrying a Bible in his lunchbox. But in 1928, everything shifted. He had a vision. A voice told him to leave his job and preach, and if he obeyed, God would back his words with power. So he went on, barely literate, and definitely not as a trained theologian, but as an instrument whose prayer life so intense that it frightened people. He was a man who would stay in prayer until something broke, either in him or in the situation. One account captures it perfectly. Babalola walked into a home and was asked to say a quick prayer before a meal. That prayer stretched from hours into days. He stood in the same spot, eyes closed, completely lost in prayer. On the third day and night, he finally opened his eyes and said, "You can eat now." The people around him had lived through 3 entire days while he had not moved. He would also enter long stretches of absolute fasting, starting from 1932, when he went on a 40-day dry fast, no food, no water, and he repeated 40-day fasts multiple times. The most extreme was a 51-day absolute fast. He said he was sustained by what he called supernatural grace. People who watched him during that period said he became so weak he could barely stand. He could not climb down the mountain to fetch water. So he cried out to God and spoke to the rock itself, commanding it to yield water. And a spring burst from the dry stone right there. He drank, he bathed, and that spring is said to still be flowing today. One of the most told stories about Babalola's prayer life happened during a long retreat in the bush. He went into seclusion to pray for days, lying face down on bare rock. Witnesses later said he prayed so hard and so long that his sweat soaked the ground and pushed leaves out of the way around him. On another occasion, he spent consecutive days and weeks kneeling on the same hard, rocky surface at his prayer mountain until he bore knee-shaped indentations directly into solid rock. During the Alyssa revival, the crowds grew too large for Babalola to pray for individually. Exhausted and overwhelmed, he asked God for a solution, and God told him to sanctify the nearby river. Babalola prayed over the water, declaring it filled with the Holy Spirit as divine medicine. Thousands then came to bathe and drink, with reports of mass healings following afterward. Babalola never separated miracles from prayer. The healings, the revivals, the crowds, he saw them only as overflow. Because to him, the real work happened in those hidden places. When nobody was watching, he told close friends that prayer was not a warm-up before ministry. Prayer was the ministry.